Right to the forecast because it sounds like that rain and that chance for thunderstorms has moved out and we're in for a pretty nice day today, Thomas.
Yeah, should be very nice overall as we got mild conditions and much calmer conditions for the rest of this work week, save for just the leftovers from what we had yesterday. No thunderstorms this morning, but a few spots getting a little bit of snow that's having trouble sticking to the ground as it is. Kind of centered over St. Mary's, Idaho right now, so it moved through Coeur d'Alene. It's just drifting to the south and east, so you see St. Mary's, Plummer areas just on those eastern slopes of the Palouse, including Highway 95. Could be light snow falling, especially if you're driving, but it's not sticking to the roads because our temperatures are just above the freezing mark as we stand, including 34 in St. Mary's, 34 as well in Spokane. It's 36 degrees currently in Coeur d'Alene. Deer Park, one of the few spots that's below freezing at 31. This should be about our low temperature for the day. It's about 10 degrees colder than it was at this point yesterday morning, but we'll be okay because we'll get that sunshine moving in later on today, even by the midday hours. Should even have partly cloudy conditions that persists into the afternoon. Another day in the low 50s, and it should be 50s not just for the rest of this week, but through the extended forecast, especially with our average temperature now hitting 50 degrees for high. So looking good for St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, and I'm also tracking another chance of rain later on in the extended forecast. So look for that in just a few minutes.
Well, we are tracking some breaking news this morning on Up with Krim.
Within the last hour, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky he addressed the Congress in the U.S. as the war in Ukraine continues, asking for help as the fight against the fight against Ukraine continues.
Right now, the destiny of our country is being decided. The destiny of our people, whether Ukrainians will be free, whether they will be able to preserve their democracy. Russia has attacked not just us, not just our land, not just our cities. It went on a brutal offensive against our values, basic human values. It threw tanks and planes against our freedom, against our right to live freely in our own country, choosing our own future.
Towards the end of his speech, he showed an emotional video to members of Congress, focusing on what the conditions are like on the ground right now in Ukraine. Zelensky called for more economic sanctions on Russia, saying that peace is more important than income. He also requested leaders across the world to close the sky to further prevent Russian airstrikes.
We were able to get those patrol staffing numbers back up to a point that I could get my unit back.
Spokane traffic cops are back, and while they were gone, injury crashes significantly increased.
So Krim 2's Malia Kamal is live this morning with more on why the department believes the return of these traffic officers will help curb some of the speeding problems. So Malia, can you tell us how many officers are they adding back?
Channing, they're adding 4 patrol units. Now, if you look right over here, there's about a dozen units here, and 4 units are being returned back to the road. Now, this is after last fall. The patrol units were taken off the streets to help alleviate with staffing issues. Now, when this happened, folks were just taking advantage of not having police units on the streets. This speed became a top concern. Spokane Neighborhood Council. Spokane went without traffic officers from September of 2021 to January of this year. Now, in that 5-month period, SPD found injury crashes increased by, get this, 70%. And fatal crashes doubled in just that short amount of time, going from 5 to 10.
What do those numbers tell you?
That my guys are out there enforcing traffic laws and it's helping prevent injuries and deaths on our roadways.
Now, SPD's traffic supervisor says that during the pandemic, people took advantage of less traffic on the road and picked up poor driving habits. Now, again, there's about a dozen units here, and it looks like a packed parking lot, but the department says they still have room in their budget for 6 units, which they hope to fill soon. Live in Spokane, Malia Kamal, Krim 2 News.
It's time now for your morning rush. More news in less time. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is looking for a missing woman. Take a look at your screen. Deputies are looking for Janelle Birchfield. She was last seen at the top of 4th of July Pass on March 14th around 7:30 that morning. She's described as 5'6", 130 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a red fleece jacket and blue jeans. If you have any information as to where she could be, please call the number there on your screen. The Spokane Transit Authority is asking for public feedback on its I-90 Valley Corridor High Performance Transit project. Now, this project is one of 6 corridor improvements that they have planned. It includes improved routes and connections along I-90 in Spokane Valley, including Millwood and Liberty Lake. The Transit Authority wants to have the plan fully implemented by 2025. Idaho's controversial transgender bill will not advance this session. Last week, the Idaho House voted to pass House Bill 675, which would make it illegal for anyone under the age of 18 in Idaho to get gender confirmation treatment or surgery. The Senate Majority Caucus issued a statement saying while they oppose all gender reassignment surgeries, the bill undermines parental rights regarding their own children.